Hello, everybody. We're getting ready to start in just a minute. So if you'll find your seat, we will get started in just a minute. Thank you.
Test, test.
Good evening. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order at 6:05 p.m. on October 5th. Thank you all for coming. We're going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Teresa Escoto is going to go ahead and lead us.
Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You can have a seat. So we're going to do a roll call of MAC members. Gary Grosich is not here. Angela McLean. Stephanie Santoyo not here. Diane Mendez, myself. Ana Paredes is not here today. And Teresa Escoto.
Here.
So we're going to go ahead and start with our agency staff reports. Do we have anybody from the CHP here today? No. Do we have a state legislative update? Is Daisy or Edgar here today? No. Sheriff's Department. Do we have the Sheriff's Department here today? Oh, Sheriff's is on a call right now, and they have other stuff going on at this moment. County Fire. If you want to go ahead and come on up, you're welcome to go right to our podium right there. And remember, the meeting has begun, so I know that we have translation going on. I understand that. But any other side conversation, please keep it down because it is very difficult with the acoustics in here. Just so you know, we did talk to special districts, and they're working on fixing the acoustics for us so that we don't get that feedback and we can hear a little bit better. So that is in process. So thank you very much. Chief?
Good evening. Battalion Chief Mike Westfall with San Mateo County Fire serving Bloomington. I'd like to start off with the calls for service that your local Medic Engine 76 has gone on in the last month. For total calls for service for the month of September, you have 202 total calls that the engine responded on. 7 of those were fires, 4 of them were traffic collisions, and the remaining amount of calls were emergency medical services. As far as things that have occurred in the last month for the station or the crews themselves, as you guys are aware or not aware, that the fire engine that was serving Bloomington several months ago was rear-ended on the 10 freeway, and it was totaled. So there's no way that they can fix it. So that engine is completely out of service and gone. The county's been working through our services to order a new fire engine. However, that's a long process, as you guys know nowadays with ordering anything. It takes a lot longer than it used to take to get stuff produced and made. So in the meantime, we have a engine that was temporarily being used as a reserve engine in the high desert. It was transferred down to here. We've gone through it. We've refurbished everything that we can on it, and that's now going to be placed into service as the engine that's serving Bloomington. Currently, we're using a reserve engine from Fontana that we're using to serve Bloomington right now. And then when that engine gets placed into service, which we're expecting in the next few weeks to be placed in service, that'll be the new engine 76 until we can get a brand new one to replace it. Some of the security issues that we've been working through at the station, we've had a lot of issues with homeless and some vandalism as well as trespassing in the station. We've worked with the county and we've worked with the law enforcement officials to help protect that fire station better. We've got more patrols with the sheriff's department patrolling the area, and then they were able to paint the curbs along the station's curbing to be red so that we can keep the excessive amount of motorhomes and trucking that was parked along there to no longer be able to park there. But one of the things that we're still trying to get done is a fence and lighting project for better security around the station. That's in the process, and we just had an architect come out this last month and look at the final designs and make sure everything's going to work. I know there was an issue they were working with where part of the side of this station isn't necessarily our property. It belongs to the property behind our station. So they were working out the designs of where the security fence is going to be. It's a good time to have that occur because we're still having a little bit of vandalism this month. Last month we had what we assumed to be homeless stuffed newspaper in a part of the station on the exterior of the station and lighted on fire. Fortunately, the newspaper went out on its own because the crews were unaware that it happened. And fortunately, the exterior of the station is blocked, so it's not easy to catch on fire and burn. But there was that attempt, whatever the reason was, which we don't know. We contacted our arson investigators, and they reviewed it. They looked for any evidence. They tried to get a video of it. There was no video surveillance pointed at that direction. So they don't have any suspects at this time, but we're monitoring the situation. So we're still having some ongoing issues. So we're definitely in the need for the fence and lighting project. So we're still working through that, and it's almost completed now. And other than that, I don't have any other reports for this month. Does anyone have any questions? No? Yeah. Okay, so the question was about fire permits. So we do issue fire permits. We never issue fire permits to burn trash. So the only thing we issue fire permits for is to burn if you like collected tree branches or weeds and that kind of stuff. But we don't burn any kind of trash that you would normally take to the dump as far as products. But yeah, we do issue those. It's on a week by week basis, depending on the fire season and what's going on. Right now, we're still in fire season. So I don't believe we're issuing fire permits right now, but as we enter into the later fall and into the winter, that's when we really ramp up the fire permits because the potential for wildfires is a lot less at that point. Okay? Yep. Thank you.
So next, do we have code enforcement here? Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name's Maria. I'm with the Code Enforcement Office, and I'm going to give you the number right now. So if you have any complaints that you'd like to report to us, please call us at 909-884-4056. For the last month, what we did in the Bloomington community is we were out there educating and enforcing the food vendors that are out in the community. Many of them don't have a health permit, so we did talk to them about obtaining their health permit with environmental health. We are working with environmental health in the sheriff's office to address the violations that are created when the vendors set up shop on public rights of way. We will continue enforcement through more regularly through the next few months. So although technically street vending has been decriminalized, they still have to follow some rules. And one of them includes having a health
So sorry to
permit.
interrupt you for just a second. Mr. Jane, any conversation, we hear it up here and it's really difficult to hear because of the acoustics. So we're asking all conversations to not happen when we have people up on the podium, please. Thank you.
we are going to be out there with environmental health more often to enforce the health permits that are required for the food vendors to have in order for them to sell food on the streets. We are also continue to address the graffiti. And again, if you have any complaints about graffiti, use that same number I gave you and to report that graffiti to us so we can get the vendor out there. We are continuing to address the unpermitted truck businesses, the parking on the residential properties. So we have several of those type of cases, and the officers are going out there and issuing citations and moving the cases through the process. If we do not receive compliance, then we are then forwarding that to our county council to prosecute. Any, again, any complaints you want to call us on for junk and trash, inoperable vehicles, substandard housing, any of those type of complaints, please call us at 909-884-4056. Do you have any questions?
I do. I have a question. So I know I'm opening up a can of worms here, but we need to know process. There's a truck selling food on the side of the road. I don't know if they have a health permit or not. At this moment, it doesn't matter. They're impeding the right of way. Just the other day, I couldn't even go straight on Harupa to cross Cedar because there was a truck double parked blocking the full lane. It was dangerous.
It is
was
dangerous.
Extremely dangerous. What do? Do I just call that number?
You can call that number. You can also call the sheriffs, call us, and we can also get in contact with the sheriffs because now we're talking about a traffic violation. We will go out there and address whatever code enforcement is able to address. So we are addressing some types of unpermitted parking. So if there's, certain things that we know we can actually issue a citation for, we will do it. Others require us to get and work together with the sheriffs so that they can issue the citations or the tickets or highway patrol. But you have our number and you can call us and then we'll make sure that we go out there and get whatever other agency needs to come with us to go out there and address these type of issues. I ran into the same situation, and so I completely understand what you're talking about.
Okay, so here's another situation. There's a food truck, permitted or unpermitted. I don't know at this moment. It doesn't matter. We see the person who's serving the food go to the corner and urinate in the corner, and then go back and start serving food. What do we do?
That's going to
obviously you don't want to buy from them, but I don't want our community members getting sick from this person who's doing that type of thing and then serving food. It's dangerous for our community to
It is
have
dangerous
that.
for our community. So going to be addressing those type of violations with environmental health, and they're going to be doing their part. We're going to be doing our part, and then the sheriffs will be working with us also so that we can all get together and address and bring this into get it to be manageable and under control, because when the law changed, a lot of things basically it allowed for vendors to do a lot more things that before they weren't allowed to do. So now we're figuring out ways of addressing the violations without breaking the law. So we have to be able to address the violations without breaking the law and following the law. So yes, that situation you explained should not be allowed, is not allowed. And we are going to be looking for health permits. We are going to be looking for unsafe parking issues, blocking the right of way, also blocking the right side triangle. So when you're trying to turn and you can't see what's coming, the oncoming traffic, because they're blocking it, that's also a violation. So there are things that we can cite for where we're not citing them for vending, because that's a fine line that we have to walk, because they are allowed to do street vending.
Exactly.
But,
So if I
yeah.
want to support a street vendor who's selling something that looks and smells amazing, I want to look for wash facilities. Is there a,
You want to
like
look
on
for
a
their health
restaurant, there's a,
permit. So they should have a health permit and all the food vendors should have a health permit.
okay, is it something that should be posted or is it something that they just have on their
They should be
person or
posted
something?
on the trucks.
Okay.
And I know I've seen 1 or 2 trucks that are permitted. They do
Okay.
have their health permit. They are still not allowed to set up chairs or to set up canopies. That's not something that is allowable. So we are looking for those type of situations. And we talk to the vendors and we issue citations for those type of violations. But we have repeat offenders. So our job continues. We're going to continue educating and citing as needed. And like I said, we're working with environmental health and the sheriffs to go out there and address these situations.
Okay, just to make sure everything's safe for
Yes,
our community. Thank you.
definitely. Thank you. Yes. You should be able to talk to someone at this number. If you go to the County of San Bernardino website and look for code enforcement, you can report violations on the website. So you could just type everything in there and it'll generate a report. Yes. You can call us for that. Okay. Thank you. Sure. I'm sorry. That particular app, I know it's not working, and let me find out what the new app is. I just came back recently, so let me find out what the new reporting app is, and I can bring that information next month. Okay.
First name again? What was your first name again?
Maria.
Maria. Okay, Maria. I
Yes.
think Roxana in the back has some questions for you, but if you could either talk out in the hallway or outside so we don't get that feedback.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Special District. Aaron, did you have something to share with us today?
Good evening. Well, we have actually a lot of victories right now. We're super excited, the momentum that we got going on right now. But just a few of the highlights. Old Ayala Park is now gone, which should make a lot of neighbors and that car dealership folks really happy over there. It's a dirt lot. And from what I understand, there'll be some exciting things to come with that. So it'll be put to good use. So we're super excited about that we don't have homeless roaming around there and mischief and that sort of thing. The remodel of the snack bar at Kessler Park in the corridor project. It's a huge project, and step by step, we continue to make great progress with it. We're looking forward to breaking ground with that. We just had, last week, we had the ground testing people out there. So it's moving right along. So we're super excited about that the Little League will have a nice new snack bar to operate out of. It should enhance the way they work down there. Batting cages, they're about half done. This was a dream that for a long time. It's nice to see that coming together. I was actually just talking to Teresa earlier. It's half done, the turf's in, and once we put all the goodies in there, it's going to be super exciting. So we're super proud of that, and it's going to be a great tool for the kids to use at that park. This room, we've done some acoustic follow-up work, and we'll have some panels in here and some carpets in here soon. So by the next MAC meeting, it should sound quite a bit better than it does today. So, which is actually better today than it's been. So kudos to Dave and his team. Youth soccer, if you see behind you, that was taken a couple of Saturdays ago. It's going really well. It's our biggest year by a mile. We have like 230 kids. We're super happy. And I'm going to get another picture this weekend with the Little League out there and us at the same time. And the park is just a spectacle in a good way. It's really cool to see so many kids in the community being served, and they're out there recreating, and parents are out there cheering. And it's really awesome to see both leagues going at the same time, as well as the snack bar going and all the scenery around it. It's really awesome. We're super proud of it. And we're happy that the Little League is fortunate enough to have so many enrollments that they can continue to offer 2 programs a year. It's a lot of hard work you guys do, and it doesn't go unnoticed in my book. And my son plays in it, and we thoroughly enjoy it. So thank you. Lastly, we're going to have our first Halloween program up here at New Isla Park. We have a haunted house that's going to be 5 days. It's going to be, there's flyers in the back, but this room was going to transform into a spooky, scary maze of fear. And we're super excited about it. Like I said, there's 5 dates, the 21st, 22nd, and then 27th, 28th, and 29th. And on the 29th, we'll have our first trunk or treat up here at Ayala Park. So we'll be able to serve this side with Halloween. And as I know, the Olive Branch is going to serve the Kessler side. So with that, I'll take any questions. Good.
Well, thank you so much, Aaron.
Thank you.
Do we have anybody here from the school district today? I think so. Oh, Israel's at a funeral right now. West Valley Water District? Hello, thank you for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Young from West Valley Water District. Just have a few things. First of all, October is technically the start of our rainy season. I know most of us probably don't really think of it till like maybe December, January, but technically it goes from January till February. So let's hope for some rainfall. Local rainfall is still the best source of recharge for our groundwater basins, and that is our largest source of our water here in Bloomington. So when it's raining outside, that's actually a good thing for us. So hopefully we have a wet year. The last couple of years have been pretty dry, which is not good. Also, this week is Water Professionals Week. So if you look on our website and on our Facebook page, we've been highlighting all the wonderful people who work at the district. So please take a moment to look at that. And other than that, I really don't have a whole lot other than just good to be here. If anyone has any questions, I'll be here for a little bit. I will not be with you next month because I'll actually be at a conference out of state, but did want to be here tonight. So anybody have any questions? All right.
Very
thank you.
much. Thank you. Safe travels, yes, on your conference. Edgar, did you want to come up? Did you have anything to share? Okay, come on up.
Good evening, MAC board members and members of the public. My name is Edgar Castellan. So I'm here representing the Office of State Senator Leyva. So I just want to announce she will be having her final fall open house. It'll be Friday, October 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. So I have a flyer back there. It'll look something like this. So it will be her final open house. She will be trimming out by the end of November 30th. So that's when we will be shutting down our office. So anytime between now and then, please feel free to reach out to us. I'll leave some cards behind there and some flyers at the table behind us. Lastly, we're doing our turkey drive, which is on November 19th. which we deliver out to hundreds of turkeys and meal bags to members of the community. So we do that via nonprofits and community organizations. So if any of you are part of a community organization are interested in receiving some turkeys or some meal bags, so you can distribute out to members of your neighborhood or your community, please feel free to reach out to me as well. I know we partner yearly with Olive Branch as one of our recipients, so if you all have anyone in mind, or please feel free to reach out to me. And as always, if you have anything related to state matters, any casework, there's a few folks that we've been able to help out here in Bloomington via my communication with the MAC meeting. So please feel free to reach out with anything DMV, franchise tax board, unemployment, things of that sort. So I'll be here afterwards if you have any further details or questions, and I'll entertain any questions that y'all may have right now, if anyone has any.
Thank you, though. But you did bring
Okay.
some flyers for.
Yeah,
Okay,
I left them back in the back table with the rest of them.
very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then if you notice, we have a few new faces here from Supervisor Baca's office. Did you want to introduce yourselves?
Name is Virginia.
Here. So we don't have any presentations today. And for the minutes, we are going to have to continue the minutes till next month. As you can see here, we have a quorum for the meeting, so we can have a meeting. But for the minutes, I wasn't here at the last meeting, so I can't vote on the minutes. And to vote on the minutes, we would need a quorum. And with two who were here, we don't have that. So we are going to have to push that out till next month. Now we have public comment, and I know we have cards over here. If anybody has a public comment, please get that card filled out as soon as possible and bring it right up. You're located in the back on the table. So we'll give just a few reminders. So you each, any public comment person has 3 minutes each. If you are going to need translation from Spanish to English, then Ms. Marquez, she'll translate for you, and then we'll give you an additional 3 minutes because of the translation. And then as you remember, our acoustics, it's being worked on. So, we are going to respect each other. When someone's up here talking, please keep any conversation, no conversation at all, please. We can't do it because we can't hear, and we want to be able to hear what our community has to say. That's really important to us. The other thing is, just remember that we're volunteers up here. Our job is to listen to your concerns, which we do. The public comment cards, you'll see me, I make notes on them. Whatever you have to say, I just try quick little, whatever it is that you're talking about. I make that note on here. I give it back to Supervisor Baca's office so he knows what those concerns are as well. So we do listen to your concerns. He watches the meetings, and we do forward those concerns to his office. And as you can see, there are 3 members of his office here as well. So that is our job, is to listen to you, facilitate the conversations here, give you a forum to be able to express your concerns. And we do appreciate you being here. So thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and start with Jasmine Cunningham. And then after Jasmine is Joaquin Castellanos. So go ahead and the first, Jasmine, if you want to go ahead and go on up to the podium right here. And then Joaquin, you're next. So I know sometimes it's easier for us to hear you without you speaking into the microphone, but if you don't speak into the microphone, those online and those who are going to be reviewing the meeting after the fact, they won't be able to hear you, so we do need you to speak into the microphone. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me okay? Okay. My name is Jasmine Cunningham. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us.
Can we go ahead and move the podium closer so we can hear up here just a little bit better, even though, yeah, thank you, I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, so the mic, I know,
better?
so you can move it closer this way.
Oh,
This,
Oh,
perfect,
this
because
is
we want to
nice.
be able to hear you. That's good. Thank you, we appreciate it. We want to be able to hear you. No, right here, because public comment is to the MAC board. And so we need to be able to hear you up here. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Thank you. Thank you, because we want you on record. We want you on video. We want to be able to hear you through the microphone, but we also want to be able to hear you elsewhere, otherwise. So thank you.
I guess I'll start over. I'm willing to serve. I commend you. I'm actually listening. For these very large ovens, essentially, right in our communities, not safe for children. That's not safe. Grew up here. He learned how to write. I was hoping that my children could enjoy these same things, but it is not safe. It is not safe to spend the amount of time in this city, and specifically south of 210 or south of 10, because of the air quality. And each and every one of these projects that are being put in, these hot ovens that may or not be filled by actual people, because where robots will be in these warehouses, are ruining the community, and they're making it so just unlivable on every stretch. You can't cross the Cedar Bridge. I certainly can't cross it in under 25 minutes. And that's before any of these projects are finished. It makes no sense. And these trucks, they can't go anywhere else. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to look at any of the EIR reports for any of these projects, any of the warehouses that are coming in. But they're all saying that you don't matter, we don't matter, just our air quality doesn't matter, our children don't matter. Now, obviously, it's thousands of pages worth, but they all say the same thing. There are problems here already, so we don't need to solve them. We don't need to solve any of the problems we're going to cause, because it's already a mess. I love this place. I'm sure everyone in this room loves this place. I don't think these boxes, I don't think these developers love this land. Thank you.
Joaquin, and after Joaquin, we have Ana Carlos.
Hello, Mac. Good evening, community. Hope everyone's doing good. Thank you for this opportunity to speak here again at these.
You going to translate for yourself or are you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Thank you for this opportunity. It's always good to come to these meetings. And all the great things. One reason only, and it's because for too long we've been told just listen, voice of the people who we people, and we're gonna tell them responsibly. Then on September 22nd, and I think houses keep on being built. Whatever you have. And that's not what we need here on the board.
After Ana Carlos, we have Ben. There's no last name, just Ben.
Good evening. My name is Ana Carlos, Bloomington community member. I'll start over. My name is Ana Carlos, a Bloomington community member, mother, community involved in a community group called Concerned Neighbors of Bloomington for several years now, and month after month we come to these meetings, and some of you with a little smirk on your face, just telling us that you're here to listen to our concerns and you're not here to give your opinions. Well, on September 22nd, I was there at the Planning Commission meeting. Took the day off and was there to speak against the Bloomington Business Park. And Diane, you missed it, but a lot of green shirts that were handed out by Howard Industrial to all the people that he's giving money to. Everyone who's selling, he was able to get them to attend. And anyone who financially benefits from him also put on a green shirt. And I saw Angela there, I saw Teresa there, I saw Gary there. And I'm here to voice a formal complaint with the MAC members that were there, because month after month for years now, they've been telling us that they're not here to give their opinions. Yet they're before the Planning Commission, they were there giving their speech in favor of this project. Everything that the community has been against, they were there for Howard Industrial. They were not there for Bloomington. They were there as MAC members speaking in favor of this project. And today, I passed by the Amazon on Slover, right behind Bloomington High School, behind my kids' high school. And I went because there was a rumor that they were closing this month. And I went and I knocked on the door and I said, hey, you know, what's going on? We've heard some rumors. Are you guys hiring? And they confirmed that they're closing their doors this month. They don't know if it's going to be for 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years. And I'm quoting them. And I said, oh, really? What's going on? And she said that they're, you know, redoing all their robots and conveyor belts. So are these jobs that we're bringing to Bloomington that we're very proud to bring to Bloomington? That's not the future that I want for my kids. We have agricultural land. That's a big deal. We have agricultural residential land, and we are able to grow our own vegetables. We're able to sell here at the farmer's market if we wanted to, compared to other people who aren't lucky enough to have agricultural. I spoke with Aaron Liang, and I said, Aaron Liang, some community members are kind of not understanding what's going on with the proposed business park area. They think they're going to get sewers. Are they going to get sewers? They're not getting sewers. So there's a little bit of miscommunication, but all the neighbors that don't want to sell that will be there in the proposed area, they're not getting sewers. So there's a lack of communication from the MAC. We don't hear anything out of the MAC giving us information on this Bloomington Business Park.
We have Ben, and then after Ben, we have David Jane.
Hey, how long I have? Can we press it at the same time? Okay, are you ready? 1, 2. Haku Council, Haku people. I'm Ben. I'm from Fontana. I'm your neighbor. So in Fontana, we have a very big fight. We've been fighting for quite a while now. And I think we're up to 87 warehouses in the south and a couple in the north. So altogether about 87 and counting. One thing that I wanted to talk about is integrity, okay? Integrity for the community that you live in, you know, compassion for the people who are your neighbors. We don't see any of that from our Fontana Council. We don't see any of that from our Fontana local government. And it's very clear, we don't see any of that from you people either. It doesn't make any sense to live in this community knowing the history of Bloomington, knowing the hills we have here and the medicines we have in the hills. We have this land, like it was just said, we have lots of agricultural land, we have horses, we have, you know, plenty of people here who stand up and say they don't want this plague in their neighborhood. Fontana is plagued. We are overrun. We have entire swaths of land. We have neighborhoods that were torn out, sold to special interests, like the people who pay you. When will this community, and when will my community, when will the Inland Empire get representatives that actually represent us? When will we have people who sit on this board, who sit on Fontana board, who sit in Colton, who sit in San Bernardino, who see these developers who come from out of the area to build these warehouses and tell them no, that enough is enough. These people don't live here. These people don't want anything to do with this area but to take the land and to make as much money as they can. They'd say Fontana gets these jobs. The vast majority of the people who work at these warehouses in Fontana do not live in Fontana. People who build these warehouses in Fontana are not from Fontana. In fact, we have a warehouse being built next to a school, and the workers aren't even from California. It's just mind-boggling that people can sit here with so much, I don't know, with such big heads, with egos, and think they're doing something good. I don't know. You do nothing good. Who are you building this city for? For people who don't live here now? For people who live here in the future? It's disgusting. Like, you guys really need to rethink what you do. Please. 1 second, sir.
Thank you, Ben. We have David Jane next, and then Laquita Salcido.
I don't think you guys want to hear me tonight, but you're going to hear me anyway. Hey, my name's Dave Jane. I run the San Bernardino Valley Riders in right there in Bloomington at Kessler Park. It's a sad situation in this town. We got a 5-story motel coming in this town right by the post office. We got an eyesore that's been there for 22 years that I know of that's been vacant. We've been asking everybody to tear it down. 10 years ago, they promised to tear it down. Code enforcement promised to tear it down. It's not happening. Okay? I know I only got 3 minutes, but I can give you, I've lived here all my life, and I am ashamed. I'm ashamed of the warehouses. I'm ashamed of everything. Vendors, all those guys that's on vendors that's out here in the streets. I saw Saturday night, a guy going to the restroom and serving people on the corner of Locust and Cedar. About it. Okay? Code enforcement needs to go out there, knock on their doors, and tell them to put some water there to wash their hands or get out. It's sad because one of the parents are going to get their kids sick because they want to stop and get a hot dog, get a taco. I'm embarrassed. I am really embarrassed. And it's not these good volunteers up here. It's not them. It's the ones above them. Now, Josie tried her hardest to do it, but she's got people up there in that board, in the whole board, that says no. Our arena, I have a flyer going. Okay, in the arena on the 29th of this month, I have a handicap show. I probably have over 200 kids coming to ride horseback. I'm embarrassed because my snack bar is not done. I'm embarrassed because it's not clean. I'm embarrassed of everything, guys. The baseball people get what they want, but look, I've been running this thing for 22 years over there, and I'm embarrassed. And it's $500 if you got to drive a truck on Sierra. Riverside Avenue's got 2 lanes. And it's sad, and it's not your guys' fault. We, as members of the community, need to speak up. I called code enforcement on Saturday, the thing, and I got a voicemail. Voicemail's not going to do me no good because I'm not going to answer a voicemail. I don't even answer my own. But guys, I'm just there, okay? And I'm just telling you, I'm going to be here every meeting. If you got any questions, I'll talk to Mr. Bach. You know, it's sad. It's sad, and I'm sorry. I know, honey. I could put 10,000 times on it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Dave. We have Laquita Salcido and then Roxanne Bazo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laquita, and I'm a resident of Bloomington. I've been here for a very long time. And yes, I've seen a lot of changes with Bloomington, Fontana, Colton, Rialto, the nearby cities. I believe this is bigger than all of us. And blaming and pointing fingers and being angry at MAC is not going to help. So if it's not getting through to MAC, maybe you should take it a little bit higher. Coming to these meetings every month and just nagging them and stressing them and putting them down and saying what they're doing and what they're not doing, it's not right. They're human. We're human. There's some things that are just out of their control. So if we were to be, we're not a clique, we're not a gang, we're not any of that. We're supposed to be a team and a community coming together, not causing conflict and confusion about warehouses or donations to the olive branch or having Miss Teresa or Miss Angela or the other gentleman step down. That's not going to help anything. You may get someone worse that you think they're bad. For me personally, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. And I think if we all come together and just, you deal with it. The world is messed up right now. A lot of it happened when COVID came. Now they're trying to bring everything up. We're paying almost $7 a gallon of gas. But you're not worried about that. You're not saying anything about that, but you're worried about a damn warehouse going up. Whether it's operated by robots, humans, or whoever, it's still going to contribute to the community. I've had my children go to school here. I have my grandchildren, 7 of them, in school out here. Yes, the world is polluted. We're going to get pollution. We're going to get things we don't like. They can't make everybody happy. Those are 4 or 5 bodies there. Even Baca, what can you do? This is county, state, and city things. There's people hired to do the jobs. They're here to sit here and take it to them. If they take it to them and there's not a damn thing done, why are you choking them around the neck? Why are you strangling the life out of them? Why are you angry at them? I'm not standing up for anybody. I'm just hearing what I'm hearing, and this is only my second meeting, and I'm already tired of it. To be honest, there's nothing positive coming out of it. Everybody is so negative about everything. If you took that energy and put it all together, it'd be one big positive problem. I thought we were a community. I thought we cared about each other. We care about our children. We care about agriculture. We care.
Thank you, Laquita. We have Roxanne Bazo.
Hard to talk after that. You were, and you have a heartfelt like the rest of us oldies that have been here.
So
And it's good to
Roxanne,
see
we do need you to
again.
speak right into the mic so we could hear it on the recording.
So my comments are to go to Joe Baca's office. Okay, we've gone through the mud, we've gone through a lot of stuff, and it's time to pick up the pieces. My talk is about, a lot of people say, for our environment, our air quality. So he represents us. We would like to know when the cement plant went down and the new company with Jurupa Valley, there was air purifiers that were to be distributed between Jurupa Valley and Bloomington residents. When you go on their website and their Facebook page, and they're offering Bloomington's share, because I only found 2 people who got those air purifiers, and there's a lot of houses over there. What happened to theirs? We'd like you to look into that, please, because, listen, they're complaining. Their air quality down there is really bad, and it was supposed to have been solved. And this was taken at court. And this was stated at court to be divided up. Why did the company give all of them to Jurupa Valley for them to distribute and us not get any of them? So as our rep, please take care of that. Number 2, we were supposed to, as of September, the beginning of the overpass. We are in October. I'd like to know what's going on. Why is it delayed? Why has it not started? I'd like to know what's going on with Valley and Locust, those two truck lots. I have to walk by there, me, no dog, no kids, me, to get to the bus up by Mary B. Lewis. I am constantly shoved down into those water ravines. And the taco place have to put up with that every night, that if I have to come walking by there, that I take the bus. I have asked and asked and asked for countless years for those to be covered. And it's really nice when you see kids coming from the elementary school or the middle school. So it's kind of in that the little spot. We'd like to know if that old gas station, has it gone to court? Has the county assumed the responsibility? Because that's what I heard was getting ready to be done. Vaca's office.
Roxana. Next, we have Mario Rivera. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Mario Rivera. I'm a new resident of Bloomington. I moved in about a year ago. I can tell you, you guys are not going to like what I'm going to have to say, or a bit of what I'm going to have to say. As far as these warehouses, all these jobs that you guys think are creating, what's really happening is you guys are welcoming more crime to the area. There has been an uptick in crime. I mean, even in the past year that I've been here, I've seen just stolen vehicles, catalytic converters, I mean, you name it. And for those of you that own F-350s, 2002, 2016, make sure you secure those. Do whatever you have to do, get kill switches, whatever, because these thieves are targeting the larger trucks, Dodge Rams, older models, Chevy Silverados, and Ford F-350 2016. So do whatever you can to protect your vehicles. These warehouses, just like the gentleman said, you're bringing in people, you're welcoming people to get jobs who don't live in Bloomington. They're not going to respect our properties. There's so much property crime. You got the transients as well. So you're going to buy out home from residents of this community to build warehouses. What's going to happen to these individuals? Okay, there's probably many families that are living with multiple households in one home because of the economy. There's going to be more homeless in the area by doing this, more crime. You got transients checking doors to break into houses every night. I mean, you see it on the Ring app. So bringing these warehouses is not a good idea. What we need to do is also, I'm surprised, I know the sheriff is busy, but we as residents need to form a neighborhood watch, do something, because this crime is getting ridiculous out here, and we're welcoming, you know, like I said, we're welcoming it by bringing these warehouses in. So I know you guys have nothing to do with it, but hey, if we all, just like the young lady said, we need to go and speak up to the people that are higher. I don't care, blow their phone up. I blow the sheriff's phone up all the time because you know what? If you see something, say something. We all need to speak up. We can show our face here every single meeting. But if we don't call and bug Joe Baca's office, or even the ones higher, the legislators that are higher, the senator's office, if we don't blow their phones up, blow their emails up, they're not going to hear us. You think they're going to take it to them? They're not. They're entitled to their opinion. So them speaking, there's what? Everyone said 3 of them that showed up at that meeting, the planning commission meeting. Well, guess what? We outnumber them, and we tell them that we don't want this. It's simple. So let's just work together and go from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. Those are all the public comment cards that we have. So public comment is closed right now. Thank you. Thank you all for your words, your concerns. like I said, we forward this information, we do what we can so that your voices are heard. This is recorded, this is sent to Supervisor Baca's office, and we're doing everything we can to facilitate your conversation. So we thank you for that. Next on our list is old business, new business. I don't think we have any old business or new business today. No. Okay, we do have community events. You know what? We do have new business. Teresa, go ahead and take over for new business right now.
Mario, I'm actually glad you brought up the neighborhood watch. Are you still here? Okay. So actually, we've been working together. Some of the residents of Bloomington and some of us here in the MAC are working actually with the Sheriff's Department to bring that back to Bloomington right now as we speak, actually. We just had a meeting last month about it. We actually requested that that's something because we did notice from, a lot of us are very active with calling the Sheriff's Department too, unfortunately. From the things that we do, we have to call them a lot. We see a lot of things, we hear a lot of things. So in that, we went over logs of the things that have happened within the last year, the types of crimes, the amount of the crimes and the increase that have happened. And it is not just directly to Bloomington. They've talked to us about statewide what it's like. Obviously, COVID really kicked a lot of things up. The desperation of people out there brings a lot of crime as well. So we are looking at starting to implement that within the next couple of months. It is a process like anything else to go through getting the approvals and everything, but that is something that we are bringing back to Bloomington. So, as we get more information and get that together, we will bring it back to the MAC, the members here and the community. We have local pages that we'll blast that information on to make sure that we can get the word out. We're looking at possibly trying to put banners up to make awareness that that's something that will be brought to Bloomington very soon. That's all the business.
Okay. Community events. I know David Jane talked about so we have this annual Western Days, Saturday, October 29th at 10 a.m. We have that. Edgar, you shared, is he still here, about, yes, and what was the date again?
October 28th.
Okay, a lot going on in October. Okay, so you have a community event that you're going to talk about?
Yes, the Upper Branch will be having two events. One is the
Dia de los Muertos.
And it will be on November 5th at 2 p.m. If you have any questions, you can call 909-572-4348. There are different vendors and the parks for show, entertainment, aspect and procedures, and food vendors. The other one is the second annual Women Are Stronger United and Divided event, which will be on October 16th at 12:03 here at Ayala Park, the Lakewood Hall. And if you have any questions, you can call that same number in this case.
Very good. Trunk or treat is going on,
The 31st.
and that's going to be down at Kessler Park. Okay. And then we have the trunk or treat. What was going on here at Ayala Park?
He's having his
Haunted house.
Yes. the haunted
Okay, so
house.
Aaron talked about the haunted house, so he has that information
He did
out as
already,
well.
Yeah.
Any other community events we have going on in October?
No. Can I talk? Is Dave here? Is he still here? Where is he at? I can't see him. Dave, what kind of cleanup do you need down there, babe? What kind of cleanup do you need down there? When? No, cleanup, honey. Cleanup. What do you need down there as far as cleanup? I mean, could we have a community cleanup day to kind of help you out over there?
Okay, well, what we're offering is to come together as a community and clean up the arena that you've talked about that needs some cleanup. We're willing to come and help before your event. Okay. Okay, so we can't build a snack bar for you right now by your event, but we're offering to come in to clean up your area. Do you need that done?
The 22nd.
October 22nd? Okay, so October 22nd. Those of us, okay, 9 to 12. So any of our community members who are available 9 to 12, we would love to have you out there. We're going to clean up. This is just happening on the spot because it was a need that was made for our community, and we can do that. We can clean up. We've got some shovels and rakes and trash bags and gloves, definitely. So we'll do that. October 22nd, 9 to 1. Anybody who can come out, please come out and help. 9 to 12. Let's do that. Sorry. 9 to 12. No, sorry. We can do that and help clean out that area. Any other issues like that in our community, let us know. We'll facilitate whatever we can to help out our area and make our community as nice as we possibly can. Next we have,
Hold on. Dave, are you going to stay here till the end? Are you going to stay here till the end? Are you staying until it's over? Yeah. Okay, talk to me about the snack bar afterwards, okay?
okay, MAC member reports. Evelyn? Anybody who's available, we would love the help. Thank you. MAC member reports. Okay, there's 3 of us here. Gary's out on vacation. We have Stephanie that family's sick, and Anna who had a personal issue that wasn't able to come, so we do apologize for that. We all make every effort to be here. Although we don't get paid a penny to be here, we are here as often as we possibly can. I honestly don't know what to say tonight. I'm as frustrated as most of you are about just our community and how we just need to come together as much as we can. There's various organizations who facilitate gatherings to bring forward issues in our community, and that's pretty cool how we do that, and I appreciate that. I think our community appreciates that. There's issues here that are bigger than us. I think it was Mario who stated it. They are way bigger than us. Our job here is to, like I say every week, and yes, I do smile quite a bit because that's how I am. In general, I'm a happy person, and I'm appreciative of all of you who come out. I've talked to, I think, just about everybody here personally, most people here, that I appreciate your concern. I appreciate you coming out. We may have similar views, opposing views. It doesn't matter. We appreciate you coming out. That's what our community is all about, is making your voice heard. My house is surrounded by warehouses as well. It's in the area. Sergeant Ruiz found out where I live the other day, just about a week ago, because I called in an issue, and several sheriff came out, and there were several new deputies who were there as well getting training. So that was good seeing them there. Call in, make your voice heard. If it's bigger than us, there's other steps. We have Edgar here from Connie Leva's office, who has some phone numbers that I think several of you have used in the past, which is great because you're taking those steps that are needed to move forward, getting your voices heard on a bigger arena, and that's very much appreciated. The neighborhood watch. You know what? We moved here when I was 17, between my junior and senior year of high school. And that year, my mom started a neighborhood watch in our little area. And the sign is still there. It has a few bullet holes in it, I think, and it's kind of dangling. But I'm excited to get this going again. It's something that I think is really important because we care about our neighbors. We watch out for our neighbors. When people out of the area who don't belong in our neighborhoods are walking and checking locks on doors of houses and cars, we want those type of things to be addressed and called in and issues going on. So
All I have to say is thank you for coming. We're doing what we can here. And I'll give it up to Angela.
Oh, thank you for coming. I know a lot of you disagree with a lot, and we hear what you say. We could bring a lot of things to the attention of the Office of BACA, whether or not it's agreed upon. Sometimes there's projects that we agree on because there's some benefits to our community that some may not agree with, and it's okay. It's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay, yeah, so, angry at us and, pointing finger, about, getting money and different things like that, how I explained last time, but a lot of you walked out. I met Tim during Josie Gonzalez's retirement. That's how I met him, and that was before I was on MAC. I was not on MAC at the time. So he was introduced to me because he knew about us and what we do for our community. But it was way before I even was on the MAC board. And he wanted to help out because he saw what we do. So those of you that follow us, you see what we do in the community. You see what the Olive Branch does. So everything that comes in, we have more donors, we have several donors from different businesses that help us to help our community. So if you follow, you see that. That's where all the money goes, into our community. And if you don't follow, then you have no idea what we do. And it's okay. It's okay. Been there 7 years doing what we do. And most of you know what we do. And a lot of you that are here, I've never seen you at the park or, or anything like that. And that's okay too. But I appreciate that you're here, and I listen to what you're saying, and I wrote down some notes on a lot of other things that were said as well. So, again, I respect each and every one of you for your views, for your passion. I respect every one of you for that. So, thank you.
Quick, just want to let you know, if you need food, Olive Branch has a food pantry available. If you need clothes for your kids, no questions asked. You can come on in and pick up clothes for your kids. Recently, there were some high schoolers who had homecoming dresses that they were able to get from the Olive Branch. If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, the Olive Branch will walk you through what you need to do. They'll counsel you on how to get away from that situation, how to help you in that situation, and they'll walk you through what you need to do to get out of that situation.
First, Ms. Jasmine Cunningham, I would like to thank you for such an eloquent speech, because even though, you said things that maybe, maybe a little tender on my heart, you were so respectful. And it's the amount of respect that is going to pull at my heartstrings, because you can say something that somebody may not be in favor about, but it's the way that you say it is what is going to make people listen and be open to saying, let's have a talk. Let's talk about things. Let's see what we can do. Joaquin, I appreciate your passion for the things that you do. I've listened to you month after month, and I'll tell you honestly, you've really grown in what you're doing, and I commend you, because I've seen the change in you listening to you month after month. I will tell you, I'm not going to step down. I'm not a quitter. I have a right to my opinion, and when I was there, I was speaking on behalf of myself. Go back and look at the video. I didn't mention that I was a MAC board. Some of the commissioners may know I am, some of them may not. I've gone to other meetings, commission meetings, city council meetings, and I've met people for the first time that were there. I've met people that have been there before. I've spoken for warehouses, against warehouses, past, present, and it'll continue in the future as a resident. Do I take everything that you say seriously? You do not know me. You do not know my passion for this community.
Okay, so don't attack me and tell me that I do not love Bloomington, because I will tell you with every being in my soul, I love this community. I love the people that are here, good, bad, indifferent. I do not care. If you need something, I will be the first person to help you. Okay? I'm here tonight. I do not feel good. Okay? But you know why I'm here? Because if I wasn't, we would cancel this meeting because we wouldn't have enough people. Okay? I spent my time on a walker. I had volunteering at the park because I don't have enough help out there. Thousands of members of our community, and I don't have enough help. But you know what? I'm doing it for the kids in our community because I love them. I love them. And we can agree on warehouses or disagree on warehouses, but don't tell me that I don't love this community. Because I am out here doing anything and everything I can for this community. And it's not just for Little League. I'm here cleaning up people's trash. I'm here doing all these things. I'm not one, and you can ask anybody that knows me. I don't put myself on Facebook. I don't show my face. You'll hear my voice, but you will never see me because you know what? I don't need it. She used to thank me all the time for volunteering on her page. I told her, don't do it because I do it from my heart. I don't do it so people can pat me on the back. Oh, you did this, you did that. You were here, you were there. I don't need that. So if you want to say something about me, get to know me before you say something about me. If Supervisor Baca decides to have me to step down, I will respect his decision and I will do that because I respect Supervisor Baca. Do I agree with everything that he does? No. But you know what? I don't have to. But does he still earn my respect? Absolutely. I've had good things said to me about him and bad things said to me about him. But at the end of the day, I will tell you, as a resident of Bloomington for 30 years, that I have seen more in that short time that that man has been here done to Bloomington than any other years that any other supervisors have been here. Follow his pages, see what he does, go to his events, be involved in the county, be involved in the community. Don't just show up and pick and choose. Be here for everything. Everything, be present. We have all this agriculture, then why hasn't anybody donated to the community by bringing the agriculture, all those produce products, whatever it is, to the olive branch to give out to our community? Do you know how much she struggled during the pandemic to feed people that, do you know what it was like having people coming and crying because they didn't have food for their families? Harvest your things and bring them to our community, Bloomington. Because we want to be a community. Let's start acting like a community. We are all not going to agree on something one time or another. But should we still not love our neighbor because of it? No. You know why? Because we should still support each other. If something were to happen to your neighbor right now, would you not go and help them if they asked for your help? Absolutely. Do I care whether you voted for a warehouse or against it? No. Because at the end of the day, you're still my neighbor and I still love you. And I'm still going to care if you need something or not. Anybody who's spoken against me, I hold no hard feelings. You know why? Because at the end of the day, you're still my neighbor. You're still part of the community. I will never trash talk you. I will never talk bad about you. I will still hold respect for you, even though I don't agree with how you treat me, because that's the type of person that I am. So I just ask you this: be respectful and learn to get to know each other first. Because all these people that have talked against me, not one of them has ever talked to me. Okay? So, yes. Yes, but my actions were on my personal level, not on a MAC level. Mm-hmm. No, I do not. No, I do not.
So we're going to go ahead and close the meeting today, 7:23 p.m. Meeting is closed.
Just let him talk. Let him talk. Just let him talk. Let him talk.